Hi, it's Anne. Thanks for stopping by. So, have you ever heard of a reveal wheel? I guess I knew from the name of it kind of what it was. It's a wheel that reveals things. And I've seen it in, particularly in commercially produced birthday cards before. It's fun for kids because it's interactive. It applies really well to the junk journal world. And it never would have occurred to me to do it, but I ran across a wonderful YouTube artist recently named Donna. Her channel is called Create Design Studio. She did a reveal wheel for her junk journal. It was great. She had really great instructions, and I asked her if it was okay with her if I put my own spin on it for my channel. She was great and said yes. So I was just delighted to have discovered Donna as well. I will absolutely link her video below. But this reveal wheel is something that I'm going to add to my mushroom journal. And let's just kind of go through the steps. I think it looks complicated when you see the final thing, which is why I don't have a final thing to show you. It's not complicated at all. It's really simple. So let's just break down the steps. The first thing we're going to do is identify two circles. And these are, how wide are these? About 3.5 in diameter, and 3.5 across. This one is going to be the front panel, and this one is going to be the actual wheel. So I've identified those. It's handy, and this was some great advice that Donna had, to also have a piece of thin paper the same size that you're going to use as a template to do some measuring. So let me get right over that with my inky fingers. And I'm just going to fold this thin paper here and fold it one more time. This is going to help us identify the center. There we go. And grab a pencil. And there's that center. The next thing we're going to do is take our the front panel, and we're going to we're going to mark the quadrants here. I think that might be easiest if I fold it back in half again. And I have to mark the quadrants so I can know where the placement of some of our other stuff is going to be. Lightly put that in. Mark that center. And let's make certain I get at a 90-degree angle here. That looks pretty close. This is one project where the measuring I've found really does make a difference, and that's why I was tickled to find Donna, because she took a very precise approach to the whole thing. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the wheel. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a hole into this front panel. And that's going to be my little window for the images that are going to show from behind. I'm going to, let's see, I guess I could have measured my quadrants a little more specifically with respect to my image. But do you know what? I'm just going to go for this because I think this will be just fine. I'll put my, I can put my, my wheel easily behind that. And I'm going to go in. I'm thinking I want. Nope. I'm gonna be true to the process. I'm gonna put this. I don't want to go rogue on this. I'm gonna move my 1-inch punch kind of in the middle of that quadrant, but I don't want it super close to the middle because I'm going to have a brad in there. So we'll just kind of see where this works. I realized that the panel that I chose is, with this landscape, it is, a little, it's more directional than some of the other things I was thinking about using. Anyway, I think this is going to work great. but you can see I just put it right here in this part of this quadrant. And I'm going to try to ink around the inside of that hole. There we go. Now, I'm also going to put a little finger notch in here, and I'm going to do that right about here. Yeah, we'll go like that. Sorry, I hope I didn't bop you in the nose with that piece flying off. Okay. Here are our two pieces. I think that's fine. This is a little off center, but I kind of want it that way. Okay, now I'm going to put them together. I'm going to get out my little coaster. And where's my awl? I thought I had it out here. There it is. There it is. Okay, so these are lined up nicely. I'm going to find that center and punch through both. And I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to get out a brad. I'm going to put that right through the middle. I did have this this decorative paper. I did mount, this was fairly thin paper in both cases. I did mount it on pieces of cardstock set the same size because I wanted some substantial, not real thickness, but I didn't want either of these pieces to be flimsy. So anyway, we are seeing this take shape. Let's put a little handle on it. I thought this was a good idea that Donna had. And so I just cut, there's a blue, I think I'll use this blue. I just cut a couple of extra pieces of this decorative paper, and I'm going to put them front to back, but I'm only going to ink half of them because I'm going to have to insert them on top of the front panel. And I'm going to ink around that. Okay, let's see if I can get this part right. Where's my open part? There we go. Okay, you can see I've got a little part that's open there. I'm going to put glue here and here. And there may be an easier way to do this. Donna didn't seem to have as much trouble with it as I am. But yeah, I guess that works okay. And just opposite this notch, I'm gonna put that little handle only on the front panel. You want your wheel to be free, to spin. Spinning wheel got to go round. So anyway, this is spinning. What are we going to do next? We're going to put our images in. Now, I think, what's a good way for me to do this? I didn't think this through very well. I think I need to mark, this back again. And I'm going to get out my little template. I'm going to mark a little, I'm sorry, I'm putting my hands in in front of the camera, or in front of my project. I'm going to mark on the back where these quadrants are. And then I want to go and mark. I want to make certain that these marks are in the middle of this thumb notch as I turn it around. And that's how I can make certain. I think I can just eyeball that pretty well. Okay. I hope that made sense. I made little tick marks. Boy, this is getting messy. I made little tick marks at the edges of each quadrant, and I'm going to align one of those little tick marks inside my thumb notch. There we go. Now, this is the fun part. We're going to decorate it. I have made these little tiny watercolor paintings of mushrooms because it's going to go in my mushroom journal. And I think these are the ones that I'm going to use. I made several, just kind of little tiny ones. And I think they're kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe this one is kind of fun too. Maybe I should use this one. I think this was my grandson's favorite one when he was here the other day. So heaven knows he is the final arbiter in all crafting decisions. I like this blue one a lot. That might be my favorite. I did this little one on graph paper. I love that one, but I don't want a different background. Let's see, let's use this one because it has two. And I put an extra piece of paper on this because I was going to use it for something else. Actually, maybe it can go there on the handle. Let's use this little yellow one. Okay, I think I'm going to use my glue stick to glue these down. Oh, my fingers are so inky. I hope I don't mess this up too much. Okay, is my little tick mark still in the middle of that notch? Yes, it is. So I'm going to go right down through the top. Right down through the top, and then I'm going to lift my front panel up just enough so that picture drops right in there and it's perfectly lined up. And my sticky fingers are picking up things on my desk. Okay. Is it squished all the way down? It is. All right, we're going to say goodbye to that, and we're going to look for our next tick mark, which is this one. And when that is right in the middle of that notch, we should be okay. There we go. Looks like that's showing through just a little bit there, isn't it? Doggone it. I'm not going to worry about it, though. Let's put this blue one in there. Right through the middle. Push it down and gently lift up your front panel so it's not caught on there. Okay. There it is. There it goes. Now let's look for that next tick mark, which is right here. There it is, and there's the middle of the notch. Let's use this double duty mushroom. This is a very thin paper that I painted these on. This is not proper thick watercolor stock. Right through that hole and then gently lift. And because I used the same punch for this hole as I did for these paintings, that's why it's perfect. And our last one, there goes that one. And looks like that is about lined up. There we go. I think this is fun. There we go. And you know, maybe I'll put one here. That might be kind of nice. I could decorate it somewhere, I guess. Somehow I could put a little nature thing there. Maybe a little bit of book page. I have some, I pulled up some little tiny pieces of a dictionary page with Scotch tape and a technique you've seen me use many times before. You know what? That looks kind of nice. Why don't I put those down together? And then we'll be complete with how we want to decorate this. Kind of like soliloquy there. I'm not certain that glue stick is going to work for this little scrap being on top of that cellophane tape, so there we are. And let's get this little mushroom here on the handle. I will link to my video of my mushroom journal, which I am going to be putting in an art scavenger hunt called Game of Shrooms. I was talking about it a lot in the last video. If you missed that for some reason, you should look up Game of Shrooms. It is on the 8th of June, and perhaps you can go out and look for some sort of a mushroom-themed art in your community. If you're here in Portland, Oregon, you can look for mine. Here's my reveal wheel. There we go. Oh, this is... Look, it's revealing another mushroom. And there's another one. And there's another one. You know, the thing with this is I think you want to choose your little images thoughtfully, because you want to make it worth your while. I think this would be great. You know how your relatives send you, at least mine do, during the December holidays. I get with the families, the nieces and nephews that have lots of little kids, I get lots of the photo cards that have, the kids, doing, different things, or the group photos, or first day of school or something like that. I love those. I love getting those photo Christmas cards. I never know what to do with them after the holidays. I keep them for years, but eventually, they kind of do go the way of all paper. Wouldn't it be fun to take those, because they're small and the picture sizes, their face sizes a lot of times aren't much bigger than this. Wouldn't it be fun to punch those out and put those in a reveal wheel? I mean, you want something really kind of special. If you're going to go to the work of doing this, what are you revealing? I think it would be super fun to do that with family photos. But for now, here I have these little mushrooms, and this is going to fit somewhere in my mushroom journal. I know not exactly where. I will probably, if you saw the last video, it is complete. I might tuck in another pocket in there and have it in there somewhere. But I think this will be fun for somebody to find. And I can put a one more circle over that in the back, and they can use it as journaling space too. Revealing. Something else revealed. Anyway, many thanks to Donna at Create Design Studio for putting this idea in my brain. Her instructions were really good. Lots about photo software as well, and how you can size things appropriately. And I hope this made sense, and have fun making your own. Bye-bye.